Alright. It is way too late for this. 4:30 p.m. Hi, hello. I know I'm late on this. I like my sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, the IGN just released a Halo Infinite campaign, the hands-on preview, and we're gonna react to. This is about like we haven't done reaction videos since all the multiplayer and campaign stuff this summer. Oh wow, it's been like 5 months. Okay. All right. Oh man. It's been a while, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be great. I'm still trying to like wake up. We'll get there though. Hopefully it's hype. Hopefully they show us a lot of new stuff. I'm assuming so. I've avoided like all of Twitter and social media since I've woken up. So I don't know jack squat of what I'm about to see here. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. All right, we've already got some.
The biggest surprise I had coming out of my few hours of playing Halo Infinite's campaign wasn't the delightful exploration nor the incredibly fun gunplay. Instead, it came down to the characters. Halo Infinite sees the legendary Master Chief once again tasked with saving the universe from yet another threat.
Oh, so
and after
beautiful.
5 major campaigns, the Chief seems tired. He's a man of few words, but his movements and responses are heavier than I've seen before. This is Chief without Cortana. His subtle yet distinct change is far from a bad thing, though. If anything, Master Chief's forlorn demeanor that he sets aside to get the job done is a great indication to me that Halo Infinite's story is intended to be a more impactful adventure.
Sorry to pause it. His grapple shot was like not fully attached to his arm. I don't know if there was like something holding it there or something, or if that was a glitch. All right, take it away, Miranda.
It's been 6 months. Where have you been?
What happened? Where is Cortana?
Chief's stern determination is also wonderfully contrasted to his new AI companion's bubbly enthusiasm and his pilot rescuer's anxiety and weariness.
Oh, that looks
Given
so
developer
much better.
343 Industries failure to give Locke the faintest hint of a personality or motive in Halo 5, and the game's generally lackluster story, this was a relief.
No. Not then! Not again! We need to run!
I need a weapon.
Weapon? This is all I've got.
It's enough.
Okay, that was. I don't know. Maybe it's just like the fact that it's different, but.
Not then! Not again! We need to run!
I need a weapon.
I don't know. I liked when he said no. We need to fight, but.
Weapon! This is all I've got.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
enough.
Okay.
Halo
No, that
Infinite's
just
contrasting
that didn't feel
characters
natural.
aren't the only things to look forward
A natural
to, though.
interaction,
Rewarding
but-
exploration infused with Halo's
Sorry.
DNA and genuinely challenging
All right,
combat
more stalker
could be
rifle
a relief
gameplay.
in today's open world game extravaganza.
Holy shit.
Where many worlds are packed to the brim with chores and only a few offer meaningful adventures beyond their main path. If things continue the way I played in my 4-hour hands-on time, I think Halo Infinite could fall into the latter. That's not to say there aren't some essential elements of Halo Infinite I'm curious to see if 343 can pull off, like Chief's storyline with Cortana.
Okay.
For now, what I played in my preview session has left me even more eager for Halo Infinite's December 8th launch.
Tremonious. Okay.
In Echo 216. Can you hear
Okay.
me? This is UNS.
Time and time again, Master Chief has
been
spoken
2
up
years.
to fight a new enemy. Halo Infinite largely sees that pulled back by instead focusing on familiar fodder with the Banished from Halo Wars 2. They eagerly step up as Chief's main adversaries after handily defeating the UNSC around Zeta Halo, including Master Chief. Their goal for Zeta Halo is unknown, but if it involves a Halo ring, there's nothing good that can come of it.
Sorry, I was in the wrong scene the entire time.
After the UNSC's loss, Master Chief's main objective becomes freeing the captured Allied forces on Zeta Halo and thwarting whatever the Banished are planning.
I am Eshelon, War Chief of the Banished. This is my world now.
Cortana was presented as a mystery rather than as a primary antagonist in what I played. What happened to her after Halo 5 and whether or not she's been truly destroyed is unknown. This crucial conflict seemingly takes a backseat to the larger fight with the Banished, though it is intertwined somehow. Without getting into spoilers, I will say the few moments that dug into Chief and Cortana's relationship were an emotional gut punch. Halo Infinite is looking to deliver a meaningful story for legacy Halo fans, and I really needed to fulfill that promise after Halo 5's story missteps.
She's not the driver, but a way to level the playing field.
What do I call her?
Ask her. She named herself.
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
This all being said, I'm not
Is that a
optimistic
memory?
that Halo Infinite is going to be a great starting point for new people to the franchise, as the best moments I saw in the first few hours rely on prior knowledge of the series. I don't like the idea of people being left behind, but I selfishly prefer that this game is made for returning Halo fans rather than tuning the story to accommodate new players. Familiar with the story or not though, Halo Infinite sure is fun to play and explore.
I think I'm with you. I didn't even know what a banished was an hour ago, and even I can see the odds aren't great.
Okay. It's a lot to take in. Okay.
Playing
Christ
Halo
alive,
Infinite
dude.
is a mix of familiar and new. One moment you're navigating encounters and ship corridors, then the next you're driving several Marines around the
Thank
open
God.
fields of Zeta Halo.
Thank God.
As 343 has clearly stated, Halo Infinite isn't quite a true open world game despite it featuring massive sandboxes.
Yep.
Zeta Halo is
just at
broken
the
up
cusp.
into island chunks. Land
Okay.
masses can be connected by bridges, and Chief can eventually call in things like a wasp to fly around anywhere after they're unlocked. So eventually
Okay.
we may get to freely explore unlocked
Yeah.
areas, but our range will be limited and more focused at first.
Okay.
Zeta Halo is littered with UNSC camps called Forward Operating Bases that were claimed by the Banished after the UNSC lost the big fight. Clearing a base and reclaiming it replaces the Banished with Marines. Even better, cleared bases
Audio
convert
log,
to
okay.
instant fast travel points and earn you Valor. Worry not. Valor isn't some sort of spendable currency. It's instead a point-based tracker of how much ground the UNSC has on Zeta Halo. The more
Ooh,
Valor you
hello.
have, the better backup and gear you can call in. As far as I could tell, earning Valor and
Grenades,
reclaiming the Broken
guns,
Ring is entirely optional.
Marines, Warthog, okay.
So what else can you do when you're not hunting down the next clue to the Banished plan?
Hey guys.
People don't just get to give the Master Chief a fetch quest. The only one who really gives Master Chief any sort of command is a new AI codenamed the Weapon. She's meant to destroy Cortana and is in turn supposed to be destroyed when her operation is complete. Though Cortana is seemingly gone, the Weapon remains and is happy to assist Master Chief until she reaches her eventual demise. Much like Cortana, the Weapon will call out enemy attacks, notable objectives,
Squad,
Banished facilities that
Starlight
need destroyed,
Squad.
and Marines in need of rescuing. I was more likely to
Oh,
come across a
man.
random patrol of enemies than an actual objective.
This is gonna be a long
but it didn't
campaign,
feel like
I can already
had to go
tell.
too far to find something fun to do. I
This is gonna
enjoyed
be
the
a-
quiet
this is gonna-
moments
I-
though. Following Zeta Halo's native space groundhogs or just enjoying the view was a pleasant reprieve from the action. When I
Thank
was ready
God.
to get back to it though, I could also hunt down and eliminate special targets to collect a unique version of their signature weapon that's equipable at FOBs. And of course, there are plenty of collectibles. A new scanner tool does make them a bit easier to find, if you have an idea of where to look. The scanner's range is rather limited though, so it's not a free pass to finding secrets.
Okay.
I'd be
that's
remiss if
good.
I didn't mention the Grunt and Marine dialogue. They're hilarious.
Thank God.
The Grunts are as silly and oddly aggressive as ever, and have a
Alrighty,
surprising
okay, I
number
love
of lines.
this.
Humans would never fight grunts like us. He's here!
While the Marines are far more
Thank
confident
God.
and excited
Okay.
about joining the Chief in battle. Their commentary made exploring all the more enjoyable.
Just in the nick of time, Chief.
Ah, this is gonna, dude, it's so
Just
much to
because
take
Zeta
in.
Halo is a
It's
larger,
leaving me
more
breathless.
open sandbox doesn't
Or
mean
speechless, not breathless.
Doing
Both,
puzzles
both.
Or tasks unbecoming of a genetically augmented super soldier like Master Chief. Fighting
so much
enemies and
space.
destroying their stuff is always at the center of Halo Infinite's gameplay. And whether I was taking on a roaming pack of Banished or infiltrating a fortress for a story mission, the more open nature only served to give me more options for combat. If you've had a chance to check out either of the multiplayer test flights, Halo Infinite's excellence in weaponry should come as no surprise. The campaign introduced me to other interesting weapons we've yet to see in
Disruptor.
multiplayer, like the Disruptor, a small
Yeah.
shock pistol that doesn't do too much immediate damage, but deals out pain over time. The equipment we've
Jesus.
seen in multiplayer unsurprisingly takes on a more powerful form in the campaign. Each of the 5 equipment options, grapple shot, shield core, threat sensor, drop wall, and thruster, can be upgraded with a collectible called Spartan cores. Like
Yep.
most of the open world elements,
As we knew.
finding the Spartan cores and upgrading equipment is optional.
Okay, so you just have to, okay.
Master Chief won't start
Alright,
the
you
adventure
have to
with
find
all
them.
equipment either. You'll find new tools to play with at specific story beats.
Good.
Lacking a piece of equipment doesn't necessarily mean you're blocked off from certain areas from what I saw, but getting to or taking on difficult
Ooh.
encounters might be
There you
more
go.
manageable should you have more equipment.
God damn. I like that reticle.
Most of the big story beats happen in large, foreboding structures that could be viewed as something akin to dungeons. These offer a more classic Halo experience. Grunts, jackals, brutes, and elites made up the bulk of the opponents I faced. Their role, weapon,
dude,
and
just
armor
looks
variety
so
didn't
good.
feel lacking in combat. I came across one set of brutes that were so geared up they nearly qualified as a mini boss fight. The hunters make a return too, and are fun to fight as always. This being another ring, the Flood was alluded to, though I never saw them. The Prometheans weren't present either.
Alluded.
343's
Okay.
vision of recapturing the essence
Okay.
of combat evolved.
Yeah, maybe
and
later
Halo
in the
Infinite
game we'll
means
see
there's
'em.
not really room for them. And honestly, I had plenty of fun without them. I didn't see any drones either, so I'm hoping the new flying enemies equipped with hardlight weapons, the skimmers, will be their replacement.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
The real combat
Hopefully the
stars, though,
skimmers
are
are
the
more
boss
fun to play
fights.
against than the drones are.
The first one with the brute lieutenant named Tremonius absolutely kicked my ass at first on heroic difficulty. A moment
Okay.
without movement rewarded Tremonius as he entered the encounter guns blazing and took me out
Not too
twice in a
surprised.
row. I had
you
been
go, there you
handling
go.
heroic without any issues up until that point, so I was stunned to see how Tremonius' aggression
go,
and
there you
support
go.
from
What
two
gun is
jackals
he?
paid off. I quickly got to work on a
Oh,
strategy
he's using
and
Hydra.
happily
Right.
took on the
Okay.
challenge.
Get him. There you go. Oh man, it's
I
gonna be
have
so
thus
much
far
to do.
only explored a fraction of Halo Infinite. Though the map isn't as large as something you'd find in an Assassin's Creed. Far from it, I'd say. What it does hold seems to offer something more
Hey,
curated with
I-
excellent combat at its heart.
Yeah.
The
you
story
don't
part
need.
is what I'm most curious about now.
Oh, did they change
343
that?
needs to stick the landing in the
Oh,
plot
wow.
department, especially with regard to giving us
That's
a
gonna make
satisfying
me still
resolution
cry.
to the Chief and Cortana's relationship. If they can finally deliver that well-rounded classic Halo experience, then they'll have successfully and definitively made Halo their own. For more on Halo Infinite, check out our exclusive reveal of the new Streets multiplayer map, and stay tuned all November long for more IGN First coverage on Master Chief's latest adventure.
Oh man. Okay. That was a lot. A lot to take in. I think a good chunk of that was stuff that we kind of already knew and were able to make our own assumptions and such about. There's a lot to take in. A very much lot to take in. I don't know if I am a fan of. I don't know. I'm not. I'm like 50-50 when it comes to change. You know, like, you know, for example, when an artist like re-records a song that I'm used to, or they like re-release a re-recording and it's almost the same, but like it's different, you know, it sounds different, and I it's hard for me to like latch onto that and accept it. I want to take a look here real quick. Yeah, his grapple shot is not attached here. I mean, that's not like the worst
Anything.
possible thing. I hope that's fixed for launch. That definitely can pull you out.
Master Chief's forlorn demeanor that he sets aside to get the job done is
Jeez.
a great indication to me.
Overall positives though. I mean, it's everything we knew. It looks amazing. It's huge. There's a lot to do. You can just kick back and explore, which I don't really feel was. That was never something you could really do in the older Halos. It was always like, all right, your objective is done. Let's get to the next one and keep it moving, and then you'd have to like find time to truly explore. I'm about to replay the Halo 5 campaign, and I want to see if the ability for me to like truly explore Sing Helios is there, or is it like, hey, we're going to continuously throw you into each new combat opportunity and task. Whereas with this, it's like, hey man, explore wherever you want. You know, the chunks of the ring are unlocked throughout your gameplay, and you can probably, I'm assuming there's no like loading. That's like the one thing that I'm hoping there isn't, are loading screens. and being like, oh, you want to fly to this area? Yeah, give us a sec. We'll load it. I'm hoping once they're, you know, like she mentioned, there's bridges to these areas, all these areas within the ring that you'll unlock. And I hope once you get like a Wasp or a Banshee, you can just fly wherever you want without having to load. That would be absolutely fantastic.
Anxiety and weariness. Given developer games generally lackluster.
I'm not happy with this because I've seen the old Discover Hope trailer so many times, and I should have expected them to change quite a lot. But like this interaction here does not seem as natural as the last one from the original.
Not then! Not again! We need to run!
I need a weapon.
Weapon? This is all I've got.
It's enough.
Like, I get it. And we know where that, you know, transitions to. It just, I don't know. The interaction from the 2019 trailer seemed much more natural. Maybe it didn't work. I don't know.
Halo Infinite's contrasting characters aren't the only things to look forward to.
But
where many worlds are
just this, dude. Just like that right there. I just...
Though, rewarding exploration infused with Halo's DNA, where many...
All of that. You know, whether you see that as like a good or a bad thing, but all of that to just explore and run through, and especially eventually, you know, when we can play it with our friends or family, just, oh man, just lose yourself in. Absolutely beautiful. I can't wait. I've wanted something like this in Halo for a while. I was never much like I've played all the campaigns, and I have played a good amount of them for a while, but I got to the point where like I just kind of was not really a campaign person after a while, and because I felt that like once I've played the campaign 1, 2, maybe 3 times, I feel like I've played it. Like there's no reason to play it again, you know. It's like if you watch it, it's like if you watch a particular movie, you're like, okay, I have no reason to watch that movie for probably like 3 years until I've forgotten enough to watch it and make it feel like it's a new experience. And I think with this campaign, it's going to be built in the way that the replayability factor is going to be very high, which is very exciting because I wanna feel inclined to come back and play this, you know, to feel like I could play it over again, and have a brand new experience. Maybe not, obviously not every time, but just about every time, you know, give me the choice to. And I know they wanted to do something like that with Halo 5. I remember in the Vidocs and such, they were talking about, you know, giving you multiple paths through a level to get to the end, because Halo's, you know, combat loop and campaign are very linear, and a lot of their main objectives were like, hey, you know, in this level you could either go through here with your team, or you could tell your squad here to go shoot this enemy, and then you can take this little tube, or what's the word? Vent is the word I'm looking for. This vent up here and flank your enemies. And I thought, I don't know, way back when I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty smart. I like that they were focusing on something like that. And now we're at the point where it's just take whatever route you want. I mean, there seems to be a stronghold up here and something up here that you can go and fight, and then the rest is just so far from what we've seen, just open land. I'm assuming this over here is probably only accessible through an aerial vehicle.
Are packed to the brim with chores, and only a few offer meaningful adventures beyond their main path. If things continue the way I played in my 4-hour hands-on time, I think Halo Infinite could fall into the latter. That's not to say there aren't some essential elements of Halo Infinite I'm curious to see.
I mean, you have to be fully like aware that with this new type of campaign and gameplay that they're offering, it's obviously not going to be the most exciting thing 24/7, because it is straying away from what we're used to within a Halo campaign. But again, it is not so open world that hopefully that boredom factor is not a huge one, because that was something that I did not like about a lot of open world games that I've played. It was just boring, and it got boring very quickly. I think I only played Fallout 4 for maybe like 30 minutes to an hour way back when it came out, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. This is boring. So I'm hoping Halo Infinite does not follow that same path, and hoping it does. offer quick ways to get back into the action and to actually like progress the story forward instead of, you know, progressing it forward and then here's 30 side missions and then the next one, you know, once you complete all these side missions, then we'll give you the next mission, okay?
If 343 can pull off, like Chief's storyline with Cortana.
Okay, so this is definitely I'm dumb. This is a memory, because she has both of her arms.
For now, what I played in my preview session has left me even more eager for Halo Infinite's December 8th launch.
Good. I'm assuming all of this is captured on heroic. I mean, that's what she mentioned. Oh man, okay. I do want to talk about this. This was. First of all, they look very good for being in-game models. Like obviously, we know how this isn't pre-rendered. This is all happening as if, you know, it's in-game, etc. But I'm really liking the cinematography. It's just 101, you know, with the particular angle. It gives the sense.
Familiar fodder with the Banished from Halo Wars 2. They eagerly.
It gives the superiority to them.
Step up as Chief's main adversaries after handily defeating the UNSC around Zeta Halo.
Where is that one shot? Hold up. This. Dude. Jaga's got him by the head. About to take off the neck. We're gonna see some internal conflicts, and I'm excited. It's gonna be tight. And then we also saw I don't know where it was. We saw a hologram of Atriox at some point. Actually, I think it was like right here.
Incredibly fun gunplay. Instead, it came down to the characters. Halo Infinite sees the legendary
shot of the
Master Chief
Hydra,
once again
just missed.
tasked with saving the universe from yet another threat, Cortana. Halo Infinite's
It's been
to be a
6 months.
pilot rest lackluster
This is all I've got.
and genuine years beyond. Time and time again, Master Chiefs that pulled back step up.
Yep.
War Chief of the
This does look a lot better.
Echelon.
I'm still not like a huge fan of the facial animations of their mouths. I think that still needs a good amount of work, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
War Chief of the Banished. This is my world now.
God.
Cortana was presented
This
as
voice
a
acting
mystery
is so
rather than
good.
as a primary antagonist somehow. Punch. Halo Infinite is looking to deliver a meaningful story for legacy Halo fans, and I really needed to fulfill that promise after Halo 5.
To level the playing field.
What do I call her?
Ask her. She named herself.
Hello, Master Chief.
What do
I'm Cortana.
Yeah.
This all being said, I'm not optimistic that Halo Infinite is going to be a great starting point for
Some
new
good
people
camera
to the
work. I
franchise,
like that camera
as
work.
the best moments I saw
All one
in the
shot.
first few hours rely on prior knowledge.
There it is. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. So I guess there's just holograms of Atriox just around. Not in the sense of like Halo 2 and Halo 3 where they were just kind of like, you know, speaking propaganda. It just seems to be like, hey, there's our guy. That's him. Just kind of breathing, I guess.
I don't like the idea of people being left behind, but I selfishly prefer that this game is made for returning Halo fans rather than tuning the story
Yeah. So she's like, I wish it was the way Halo 5 was.
to
All
accommodate
right.
new players. Familiar with the story or not, though, Halo
I'm also, I'm kind of torn on the way the camera is tuned in this game.
selfishly
There's no
prefer that this game
bokeh.
is made for
There's no
returning Halo
depth of
fans
field.
rather than tuning the story to accommodate new
Like this shot right here, this is in focus. Like this from all the way over there is all in focus. There is no depth of field, and I don't know if that's they probably did that for like performance optimizations, but it irks me.
players. Familiar with the story or not, though,
When even I can see the odds aren't great.
I do like the dialogue. Jen Taylor's voice acting is still absolutely fantastic, and I do like this very like we don't get a whole lot of it, but it's a very quick, subtle like. There's no music. You can just hear the background of like some like bird whistling in the distance, and then she's talking. And I like these kind of like these subtle moments of dialogue and character interaction. I absolutely live for. I love these.
floor.
I think I'm with you. I didn't even know what a banished was an hour ago, and even I can see the odds aren't great.
I love that. There's no music. It's subtle. It's silent. It's natural. And those three voice actors and actresses they're professionals, and I think they're gonna mesh really well together, and I'm excited.
Playing Halo Infinite
They got
is a
good
mix of
chemistry.
familiar and new. Playing several Marines around the open fields of Zeta Halo.
Yeah, just like, and I think that's something that we know but we are forgetting is the
And
fact
next
like.
to
It's just like a little detail that we're like, oh yeah, cool, but like I don't think we're really grasping it is the fact that like the day and night cycle of Zeta
driving several
Halo.
Marines around
It seems like the sun is
the open
setting
field
in this
of
shot.
Zeta.
Sorry for VLC player being garbage, but any like when you replay this campaign or when you play this campaign, you will always have a different experience because
Halo.
every interaction you have will have a different time of day, and that is so incredibly important. And that changes a lot. I mean, think about any campaign you've played of Halo, and every single mission has the exact same time of day for reasons. But the fact that our weapons that we're holding will carry over into the cinematics, as well as the time of day will affect that is fantastic and incredibly immersive. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that.
Halo Infinite isn't quite a true open world game.
I'm really curious as to how fast the day and night cycle is. Obviously, like I don't know how fast an entire like 24 hours of like Minecraft is in real life time, but I am curious how long it'll take for an entire 24 hours to pass here. If maybe it links, like it syncs up with your time of day. I don't know. That'll be interesting.
Land masses can be connected by bridges, and Chief can eventually call in things like a wasp to fly around anywhere after they're unlocked. So eventually we may get to freely explore unlocked areas, but our range will be limited and more focused at first.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Zeta
what it should
Halo
be.
replaces the banished
Yep,
with
yep,
Marines. With Marine Valor isn't
Forward
some sort of
operating
spendable currency.
bases.
It's instead a point-based tracker of how much ground the
Okay, so these are audio logs, skulls, Spartan armor cores, armor cores. We don't know what the rest of these are quite
UNSC
yet.
has on Zeta Halo. The more
Okay, so here's forward operating base. Okay, so I'm assuming you just unlock things and then you can request them when you get to other bases. So Mongoose, Magnum, it doesn't. You might be able to scroll over. Well, you'd have to because of other vehicles, but AR, a Marine. Maybe that's like a light Marine. This is a medium Marine with probably more armor and better weaponry. I don't know. Razorback, frag grenades, Bulldog, Warthog.
more Valor you have, the better backup and gear you can call in.
Gotcha.
As
yeah.
far as I could tell, earning Valor and reclaiming the Broken Ring is entirely optional.
All right.
So what else can you do when you're not hunting down
All optional. That's good.
the only
Give
one
the
who
player
really
options.
gives Master Chief any sort of command is the new AI codenamed the Weapon. She's meant to destroy Cortana and is in turn supposed to be the weapon. The weapon will call
Cool.
out enemy.
All right. I think that I got the gist of it so far. All right. I might probably do a breakdown video of everything that I can find, although there's not a whole lot that we truly missed. So, compared to like the last breakdown video I did, on the campaign overview that we got, there's not a whole lot. It's more so, this video is honestly, a lot of it is like explaining that. So there's not a whole lot, I'm assuming, that we've missed from the looks of it. At least there wasn't a whole lot that I could see. I'd honestly only be able to find like 10 to 15 things probably. But yeah, okay. That's gonna do it for me. Thanks for watching. I know this video is very long. I don't know how the hell 30 minutes just passed like that, but I guess the video was like 11 and a half minutes. But they're my thoughts, they're my reactions. Excited. I'm still like, I don't know, my body and my mind are like constantly going back and forth between allowing myself to believe this is real and happening and that it's this close, and then also feeling like it isn't, and that it's just a distant, far off thing that will never truly exist, if that makes sense. It's been dangled in front of us for so long. It's like, is it really gonna happen? Oh man, like 27 days away. All right, What did you think? Let me know down below. Hope you enjoyed. I will probably have a breakdown video coming for this later, and if you don't see it, then maybe I didn't see it being worth your time. But we are very, very close. And when this game does come out, day 1, we'll be streaming it. Trying to complete it in one stream. We'll see if that's possible. I'll be doing it on normal difficulty. But we'll see. Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, comment what you enjoyed down below, and I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.
I just got thrown up into the air randomly.
Hold on, I'm gonna stay up on this ridge.
They're gonna get C, they're gonna get C, they're gonna get C.
Warthog down, Warthog down!
Jump on the point, jump on the point. I'm on it. I want C, I got C
Sniper
back.
down, sniper down! Almost got a overkill, dude. Ah, I'm going for a sniper ammo, hold on. Dude, oh my god. Oh my god!
Go B, go B.
Go B, go B. I don't even know where a sniper went, it's already gone. It's alright, okay. Take it, C. C's good, C's good, C's good, take A. I got a sniper, I got a sniper. Yo, take B, beautiful, beautiful, push in, everyone push B, everyone push B.
One more coming in. On it, so control. Okay.